Situated about half an hour from Yeppoon is the picture-perfect Byfield, which is home to the largest display of Australian and Southeast Asian craft work in the country. The gallery features the nationally acclaimed work of Steve Bisferic and other resident potters, along with 40 exhibitors from throughout Australia and Southeast Asia. Fine examples of pottery, hand-blown glass, jewellery, woodwork, sculptures, lacquerware, paintings and other craft ensures there is something for absolutely everyone. Steve and Sue, what an absolute grand entrance.
And it's only the beginning, so welcome, Peta.
Thank you.
Have a look around. We've got 3 galleries to look through and wonderful grounds. And you can see our kilns and people working, making pots by hand and glazing, and our kilns out the back here firing.
Why are you both here? I mean, what brought you here to this amazing place? Sue? Steve.
The environment. The environment and an abundance of fuel in the pine forest, but the environment, the rainfall, the fuel, the availability of cheap land. This area was very inexpensive to get into in 1979.
And this is a very special spot, you told me. We're on the edge of...
On the edge of the largest wilderness area on the east coast of Australia, south from Cooktown. It's 1 million acres of national park, forestry and military reserve, and the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park, of course.
Home for Steve and Sue is a mountain retreat, which I'm told has the best views in Queensland.
This is the only place you can get up and see out across the coast between the Sunshine Coast and the Whitsundays. This is the Keppel Islands out here. And Corio Bay, you can sail into Corio Bay down. In fact, you can see a couple of white dots in the bay, which are houseboats. And then there's a big sand dune there. And all that country on the other side of the pine trees is National Park. Then you've got the forestry, and this is the freehold land, and that's Shoalwater Bay Military Reserve at the far end of the pine trees. They're going out from the coast. That's 1 million acres there, 300 kilometres of deserted beaches.
Over recent years, Steve and Sue have travelled in Vietnam, Laos, Thailand and Bali and have established working relationships with artists in these countries. The Mountain Retreat Guest House definitely reflects their well-travelled, unique decorative style right down to the tables and chairs, which have been designed by Steve, with the wood coming all the way from recycled bridges in Bali.
I think that what we're doing here with the pottery and with the guest house is we're trying to show people there is another way, and that it's not all about complaining about things, but there's positive things you can do. You can actually come into the wilderness and make a living making beautiful objects or showing people beautiful things.
It's so easy to get sidetracked in such a stunning location, but Steve's primary interest is, of course, his pottery. And you can find him on most days at the back of the gallery with Hori the hippo, his large Anagama-style kiln, which he built many hours of slaving over that hot stove.
So this is the type of pot that we get out of our wood-fired kilns. And the reason we fire with wood is because the pot is decorated by the process. It's not applied glaze like we use in our gas-fired kilns, as you saw in the front gallery, but all the marks on here come from the fire. The blacks from the charcoal and the reds come from the copper sulphate. And this pot's been buried in sawdust and fired for 5 days under the charcoal.
And just looking around this creative hub is making me feel a little artistic, so I've got to try this.
So when you put your hands on one side together like that, you'll be able to lay it out. And you just do it with your fingertips. You can bring it up and out.
Right. Oh, look how easy you can change it.
Yeah, if you push hard, it's easy to bring it down too. So just do a little bit of time, but come all the way to the top in one flying movement out.
Visitors can learn about the processes involved in pottery production or walk through the tropical grounds and exotic fruit orchard.
You're doing quite well, actually.
Hey, how's that?
But you're just about to lose it.
How's
Don't
that?
touch it again.
Yeah,
Decelerate.
Yeah.
While you're ahead.
And you can support Steve and Sue and the Australian craft industry by calling in to Knob Creek Pottery and purchasing yourself a beautiful piece. And make sure you keep an eye out for that masterpiece of mine with all the proceeds going to charity, the Paul Charity.
So I'm just making this a little bigger here. And this is still a little bit soft, but you'll get the idea.
The gallery is open every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Just check out the website for all the details. What do you think of this man and what he's created?
It is. It's a lifetime's work, and it's a labour of love, and it's wonderful to be part of it. It's a very special place to live.
You reckon you did all right?
Better than teaching.
I didn't do
Finding
too.
him, I mean.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I didn't do too badly either.
That's not.
Travelling onwards to Emu Park, you'll see the rather unique singing ship. This remarkable musical sculpture is dedicated to James Cook, who named Keppel Bay in 1770. I've been fortunate to get hold of Tom Edmiston, who's been here many years. In fact, grew up on this very point and spot before anything was here. And he's got a lot of history for us and how all this came about. Let's go meet him.
Oh, how are you, Mark? Pleased to meet you, and welcome to Emu Park and our beautiful singing ship.
Isn't she a doll?
It is a beauty, yes, it is a good one.
Well, you've been here all your life
All my life, about 20 years working in Brisbane.
and playing around here when there was nothing here.
That's correct, yeah. I was brought up here as a little baby
Okay.
and grew up for all my childhood.
Now, there was some controversy in a big way over this whole shebang, right?
Oh, there was to start with. There's a bit of bun fighting going on, yes, between Emu Park and Yeppoon.
So what happened? Share it with the viewers.
Well, when they first decided on this bicentenary objective, the committee was formed, and then there was a lot of bun fighting between Yeppoon and Emu Park, just where the whole thing was going to take place. First of all, they had to decide, of course,
Right.
because it was between the Lions Club, who had nominated a children's camp at Humpy Island, which is over there, you can see from here, and the singing ship idea by Peggy Westmoreland.
So let me get this. You wanted to do something special for the bicentenary celebrations, for celebrating the Captain Cook deal, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so everybody sort of had ideas that there was a competition run in the town.
That's right.
Now, somebody came up with, on the Lions Club, came up with doing the
The one over
Humpy
at
Bay.
Humpy Island.
Humpy Island.
Humpy Island, for a camp for school children, that they could go out there, spend a week, have a look at the reef and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, but in the meantime, a young lady by the name of
Peggy Westmoreland, she
Okay.
came up with the idea of a singing ship, a monument.
Designed to cast the shadow of a sailing ship on the surface of the sea and create the sound effects of wind whipping through the sails, it's considered to be one of Queensland's most original works of public art. It's aptly named as it sings almost constantly due to onshore breezes. It didn't sing for me on the day, but I am told that the effect, particularly on a clear day, when the sculpture gleams in the sun, is quite stunning. Although local people were not very enthusiastic about raising funds for the ambitious project, 5 years later, the icon rallied the broader community into action, and the District Historical Society placed a time capsule into the base of the concrete block supporting the plaque.
I thought, well, when that time capsule's lifted out, it would be good if some relation to the people that put it in there were
Sure.
present
Yeah.
and had a little bit of information about what it was all about. So I've written a letter to my great-grandson, who was not born yet, this being the year 2011. So in the letter I tell him about it. I've given him some bits of papers out of the local newspaper of the day saying what was taking place and so forth. So the idea is that somebody will be present when that capsule's taken out of the ground that was related to one of the people that put it there.
That's a lovely.
Just a
That's
little
a
bit
nice
of
idea.
Yeah.
And then he'll come here one day, sitting here reading your letter. You'll be there in the wind, helping
so.
the old girls.
Yeah,
sing.
hope so.
I thought what we might have today, let's enjoy some Atlantic salmon on our barbie, and as a side dish, we'll have a hot Kepler potato salad.
Why did you choose the Kepler potatoes?
Well, they're available all year round, but more importantly, they are a beautiful dish with fish, and also too, they've got a lovely golden skin. And the flesh too has got is quite golden. And another thing which you mightn't know, Merrin, is that potatoes are a good source of vitamin C.
So we've got 7 potatoes, Barry. We'll put them in the saucepan, and we'll get them up to the boil. So 7 will be enough for our potato salad. We're going to be a lovely hot potato salad. Once they've come to the boil, I'll just boil them on the stove for just 4 minutes.
and then we just slip them
Put
back
them
into
in
the
here.
green pot.
So 4 minutes here, 20 minutes later they'll be ready to serve. While the potatoes are cooking, Barry, I'm going to prepare the ingredients for the rest of the potato salad. Now for the dressing, Barry, this is really, really easy, particularly if you are camping. You've just got ingredients there in the cupboard. I'm using the extra light sour cream. Makes a lovely base for that dressing. Half a cup of whole egg mayonnaise. We don't need to measure it, Barry, just estimate half a cup. Tablespoon of lemon juice. And packet of French onion soup mix. They're very versatile.
Very popular.
Very versatile. Some salt and pepper to your own likes. Love my black cracked pepper.
So, Marion, here we go. Let's start putting this fish on the barbie. And I normally like to cook my fish around about 3 minutes each side, depending just on the thickness.
The fish is nearly done, Barry?
Yes.
How much longer has it got?
Probably about 90 seconds, Marion.
Okay, well I think I'll get the potato salad because we want to eat it hot. I love the shallots. Shallots or spring onions and the fresh capsicum.
Marion, there is a magnificent fish all ready for our lovely barbie.
You've done it again, love.
A magnificent piece of barbecue Atlantic salmon and that hot Ep4 potato salad. And it looks divine,
You could
Marion.
even sit in the pool and eat it if you like. Put your feet in the water.
What a beautiful aspect.
And I love
Let's
salmon.
enjoy it.
Let's salmon. That's my favourite bit, the end bit.
Coming up on the show, I'm visiting the oldest crocodile farm in Queensland.
And we take a look at some more great products for all you keen caravanners. Camp Cooking was brought to you by Dreampot.